Yeah, it's a great pleasure to welcome Wishbone here in Dietikon in Switzerland. You're actually on tour, Europe tour, with your new album, Elegant Steel.
Yeah.
So, what can you tell us about this release?
The new album, well, it's been worked on for about 2 years. We made a video recording first, which was like a rockumentary. It was made in France, and it was a recording of the writing process. And then we recorded the actual album for real last year. So it's been out about 8 weeks. It's selling really well. It's an album that we're very pleased with because we've tried to incorporate the techniques from the old days, from 40 years ago, but also all the modern kind of digital way of recording. So it's both a very real document of what we were writing and what we've produced, but it's very well recorded. So we're very pleased with it.
Yeah. And 40 years is a long time.
You're right. I mean, a band like us that's been around for 40 years, we've seen a lot of changes in rock music. And when we first moved to London, we used to play with different bands like Deep Purple and Yes. And in fact, Deep Purple helped us get our first recording deal. When we went to the States, we opened for the Who on the Tommy tour over there. But I mean, I've done session work with George Harrison, Ringo Starr. I met a lot of people. Aerosmith have opened for us. ZZ Top used to open for our shows. Then we ended up opening for their shows. I mean, Bruce Springsteen opened for Wishbone Ash, if you can believe that. So yeah, in the course of 40 years, you meet a lot of people in the business, a lot of managers, interesting characters that shape the music that we know and love.
Yeah. So most the fans, they just see the picture or the article in the paper, and they think everybody know each other. But when you are on tour, maybe you meet nobody. So do you have some really friends over the years you want to meet on stage or go on tour with them?
Well, it's not the way you imagine. Like as you say, most people think that it's a very big family, the music thing. But you're right. Most bands are traveling independently, and they rarely get to meet other bands actually. But sometimes when you have some downtime, you can meet people and make some friendships. And I think that, perhaps in the early 70s, we used to meet more bands because you were living mostly in, say, one city like London, and you would see each other at parties and that kind of thing. I mean, I used to go to parties with different bands, and you would be interacting all the time. When you're young, it's like that. As you get older and you have families and you have a complicated life, it's not the same. But I mean, I've played with some great people. I mean, I've been very lucky to sort of experience firsthand. But right now I'm in the best band I could wish to be in, and the players are fantastic, so I'm fully consumed with that. But if somebody called me up, I mean, I had a phone call a couple of weeks ago, and I went to a party and played with some guys who play in the David Letterman show, which is the Tonight Show in America. If you know, they're very good players. And we played at somebody's party, and that was a lot of fun, So once in a while we get those kind of things,
You talk about this difficult life as an artist and how you manage this, because when I see your tour plan, it's full every time. You're very crazy on tour.
Well, we're very organized. That's how we do it, We all have families, we have lives, we have houses, we live in different countries, in fact. But so we're super organized, and when we come together, it's like a military operation. It's like the army. It's really, every minute counts, and but we have a lot of experience, So it's not as bad as you think. We tour. This tour is 6 weeks long, playing every day, 1 day off a week. But then in the summer, we play festivals. It's a little bit easier, So it's hard for intense periods of time, and then in other months it's quite mellow. It has to be.
Yeah. So maybe you answer the question, when you have free time, how you enjoy your free time?
Well, I'm managing the band, so I'm working like in an office, really. So it's always every week of the year I'm doing something. I might not be playing. I might be working the computer or on the phones. But if I take some downtime, I like to go somewhere exotic, or maybe come to Europe and just do nothing and just see some sights, meet some friends. Just the usual, the normal things that most people like to do. That's what I do, you know.
Okay.
Might sometimes go skiing in the winter or sailing in the summer, something like that.
Yeah. Now, for this actual Europe tour, you have Fabian Anderhoop is your support for this Europe tour. Did you find the time to listen to him, or can you tell me something? What do you think about this Swiss blues guy?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. We like to promote younger artists, and he came to me and said, could he join the tour? And I didn't really know of him, and I checked out his music, and I thought it was pretty good, you know. And then when he came on tour, we said yes, and we met the guys, and all super guys. Very, very nice feeling between the two bands, and I've checked him out and checked out the band. Very, very good players. Very, very nice simpatico between the two bands. Yeah. So it works well, you know. And I think that these days you have to give a value for money show, you know, with people in some other countries, maybe not Switzerland, but there's a recession. People like to see a lot of different music, and we try to give us a big value for money show, and Fabian is right there helping us, and it's helping him too, because he's playing his music in front of our audiences. People are learning about this Swiss blues guy, and it's good. I like to help other musicians, and I like to be helped too, you know. That's a community of musicians. It's good.
Yeah. So I know, if you have the time, I know you're very busy. Fabian is playing now, and your time is coming soon.
Yep.
So it really was a great pleasure to meet you and to get these answers and informations from you. I wish you not only good luck, I wish you strength, power for many years.
Thank you.
And hope to see you next time also on the show.
Great. Very nice of you. Yeah, enjoy the show, and we're always happy to come to Switzerland. So, you know, it's always a great pleasure to come here, and, you know, we enjoy what we do. We couldn't do it if we didn't enjoy it. And it's a pleasure talking to you. All the best. And remember, Elegant Stealth, the new album.